Here is our 98 Dutchmen Duck 1006. My dad bought it and didn't realize this whole side of the roof was wet and both ends of it were pretty much rotted away. So what we had to do was take the canvas or the vinyl off that side, unhook it, take the clips off from the inside, unhook it, drop it down, and then there's a trim piece that goes across the top. That comes off. And then it's pretty much stapled all the way across the top. And there's screws too, but those were all pretty much disintegrated from water penetration and rust. These cross braces we had to unscrew from the inside. And then the vertical posts had to be unscrewed from the side. We supported the whole roof for safety and so it just didn't drop down on that side. And also we didn't want the middle of the roof caving in or kind of bowing in, so we supported that too, and really that's holding most of the weight right there. And then I also have some ratchet straps holding it to the top of the garage, just in case. That side panel we thought was skinned with aluminum, but it's really just like a thin sheet of plastic. So it's kind of cracked and broken in a few places. But we're gonna try and reuse it anyway. And then this back corner was rotted too, so we're just gonna probably glue that piece of board in there and patch it. But here's kind of a look at what's inside the skin. That there is epoxy. I think my dad's been working on this. I haven't really had the time, but he was just trying to kind of fill that wood in. There's some broken pieces in there too. And you come back to this side. These little corner brackets are really all that ties it into the front and back sides of the roof. And it was just, regular plywood, just like this, that had rotted out. And it was actually two pieces, because this is 10 feet, and you can't really buy plywood in 10-foot lengths. So I imagine they took like two 5-foot pieces. There was a seam right down the middle, and then they glued it, and it was attached to this bottom trim. That's the bottom piece of the side. So we were actually going to do it in 3 pieces. They're cut out and ready to piece together right there, and we just used scrap that I had laying around. It's 5/8, and we're about ready to start kind of gluing and screwing it back together. We're just trying to clean it up and get the surfaces nice and clean, and then we got some contact adhesive to put those boards back on that skin, and some PL 400 we'll probably use to reattach it to the top, and then screws, obviously. I don't think we're gonna staple it like they had it. And then we have to repair this corner, so we have something to tie the corner to. We'll use the original bracket probably, but we may add some additional support so it gets kind of further into that existing wood maybe. We're not really sure how we're going to do that yet. But there's not a lot of info on these Dutchmens or really this kind of roof. So that's what we have discovered it looks like on the inside. I know the top of the roof is framed out, kind of like in it's almost like a 1x1 or a 1x2 or something. It's not even quite like a typical 2x4. And then, you know, the paneling or the filler is foam, from what I've read. So the top of the roof is nicely framed. The sides are just plywood, essentially. So there you have it. We did come across a couple of holes that had just been caulked in the roof, so there's right at the edge here. We're probably gonna put some flashing or something under there, glue it in, maybe epoxy it in, and then caulk it real good. But yeah, it's a used camper for like 1,400 bucks, and it is what it is. We'll get a couple more years out of it, hopefully. And as most people that own campers know, you typically upgrade every few years, so this is my first one. And you know, looking back, I wish we would have got it a little cheaper, knowing how much work we had to put into the roof. But other than that, it's actually fairly clean on the inside. So stay tuned. I might make another video of the final product, or maybe a little bit more of the in-between process. We'll see. All right. Goodbye.